really proud of our guys. You know, we've been trying to chip away at this thing without making excuses for why we look the way we look. You know, I think, you know, we knew we could play a lot better, and, you know, the circumstances surrounding it was impacting so much. And I think our guys stayed confident that we could kind of play better. So I'm just happy for them that we were able to kind of look more like we're capable of looking and playing as hard as we're capable of playing. You know, to me, that was more important than winning, because we just needed to play better. And just having everyone back and having everybody back healthy and having, you know, some time to practice and some time to meet with everyone healthy for the first time, you know, I was just happy for them. You know, Lafayette's a great team. They're 5-1 for a reason. You know, it'll be a really tough battle tomorrow too. You know, but I was proud of our guys tonight. I thought they, you know, they looked the way that they're capable of looking and played as hard as they're capable of playing.
Coach, I guess you had a full week, and this is kind of the first time for the full week that you had your planned kind of starting lineup. How did you feel like their connectedness was in this game?
Yeah, it was beautiful to watch. You know, that was the thing. You know, people would say they watch us play. Everybody would say, "Hey, man, your guys really are connected." You could tell they really enjoy playing with each other. And tonight was kind of back to that. You know, some teams have just been. I've just been amazed, man, how some teams were able to kind of get that right away or earlier without playing any games. And, you know, the thing that happened to us, we just didn't have any practice time together. So we were just completely disjointed. And tonight you saw us kind of playing, again, the way we were capable of playing. But these guys love each other. They care about each other. It didn't show that in the first, you know, 6 games or so, but that's really who we are. We just had to kind of get practices under our belt, get back to being who we're capable of being.
And one guy that stood out to me specifically on both ends, Jonas, I felt like had a pretty awesome game.
The dude is he's a dog, man. He's an absolute dog. He's a terror. You know, we're not the same program without that kid. You know, we're just not. You know, he's easily one of the toughest guys in the league, and, you know, to play that hard and then go make shots on the other end and make plays on the other end. You know, he's one of those guys that, you know, you just appreciate so much, because he's going to give everything he's got. You know, he's going to empty his tank, and, you know, he's a leader in that way. You know, great guy to others to emulate, because he's going to give it up, and he's going to make sure, you know, we can hold others accountable because he gives it up that way.
Mm-hmm. And he specifically, like, people come into this game thinking about Justin Jaworski, and you guys, obviously you switched a fair amount, but like you had Jonas on him for a lot of the game. What did you and him and the staff like say you wanted to focus on approaching a microwave guy like Justin Jaworski?
Well, he's a terrific player. He moves so well without the ball. And we told our guys, you're going to have to work your tail off. You know, to guard them, you have to work, and you have to know, like, the way that we play our defensive system only works, you know, as you could have seen in the first, you know, 6 games or so. Our defensive system only works when we are playing all out. If we don't play all out, it doesn't work. So because we apply a lot of pressure, we try to do things that are hard to do, and you can only do it if you have high energy. And so we just said to him, like, listen, man, we're trying to take away threes. They back cut us some because we were trying to take away threes, but we'd rather give up some 2s than 3s. You know, we just wanted to make everything hard. We wanted to kind of take away as many 3s as we could, because once he gets it going, man, he gets it off quick. He's really tough to guard. You know, I don't have my glasses with me, but, you know, he still had 20 points, you know.
Yeah.
You know, he's a heck of a player. You know, we got to stop. We can't foul him. He got on the foul line twice off jump shots, and we can't foul him. But it's hard. You know, it's hard not to foul him when you're trying to contest him. The way he swings his legs through.
Mhm.
Coach, you guys struggled in the past with the beyond the arc. It seems like you guys improved on that. Was that a key component of this win for you guys?
Well, there's no way we're going to shoot. Like, you look at our stats, they're laughable, right? There's no way we're that bad, right? We all know that. As a coach, you're like, there's no way we're this bad. There's no way, even as good as Max Mahoney was, there was no way we were this bad, and we just hadn't, again, we hadn't practiced. Like if people really knew what was going on, no one wants to hear excuses, but the only reason we look like that is we had a chance to practice with our team. I don't know, some people have been able to win with limited. I'm just shocked the way some people look with limited. Like we cannot look like that. So we need to practice, man. And so, we need to get ourselves in shape. We started the season, we weren't in shape, we hadn't practiced, and you saw what happened. But there's no way we're going to shoot. We were shooting like 27% from three. There's no way we're that bad. And so we just had to get our legs under ourselves, and we have guys that can make them. Javante can make them. Jonas can make them. Walt can make them. Jack Hemphill can make them. Petcat. We got a lot of guys that can make shots. We just hadn't really made any, and we were just out of sorts offensively.
After a game like this, I mean, you talked about how to defend this type of team, you got to play all out for the entire game. Knowing that, how do you kind of revive that same energy when the turnaround is one day?
Well, one thing we have to do, we have to get more from our bench tomorrow. I wasn't really satisfied with the way guys came in. We got some veteran players that need to give us more, to be honest with you. And that's an area that I'm going to talk about tonight in the meeting, that we need to get more from Fletcher. We need to get more from Garrett. We need to get more from some of these guys that came in the game, Damon Tate. We need more from those guys in terms of understanding what we're trying to do. And so we can rest some of those other guys a little bit more, to be honest with you. So we need to be more productive off the bench. And I think we have to kind of mix in the lineups a little bit. We can't just put four subs in the game at one time. I think we have to kind of mix them in so we can continue to play with a flow.
Coach Matone played not as much as in the first half, but he came on in the second half and seemed to have a big impact on the game.
Yeah, we only got him one touch the first half. He only got one shot at the basket, and that was late in the half. So we knew we can go to him. The guys did a good job. We tried to get it to him early to kind of get him involved. So we ran some stuff for him. And then as the game went on, he got his confidence going, and we missed a lot of shots around the basket, man. We had a lot of shots roll in and out, and we didn't finish great. But I was proud of Sue because he always battles, he always plays hard, and then he got it going. He got 9 in the second half, and I thought that was a big lift. He's gotten a lot better, man. That dude's gotten a lot better, So, the thing I kept saying to myself is like, all right, look, Suke's gotten so much better, and now we just got to get the other guys kind of playing up to the level they're capable of playing, and then we got a good enough bench, we'll be fine, and it's just when we didn't know when it was going to start. So now this is the start, and we got to just keep it going in a positive direction. But Suke's a big part of our team, obviously.
My last question for you, Coach. I didn't know this until today, but 8 of your last 10 games are on the road. And I think you guys left today, right, for Lafayette?
Yep. Play the day of the game, yeah.
Yeah, so how is this kind of same-day travel process? How are you guys going to get used to that?
Let me say this to you, brother. I don't care, I didn't even say anything about that. I didn't say one word about traveling the day of the game. I didn't say one word about eight away games. It's irrelevant. Mm-hmm. It really is. It's irrelevant. It's all about your mindset. If we have the right mindset, it doesn't matter where we go. These guys won a championship game on the road in a packed house. We're capable of doing anything. So it's like, listen, let's not even worry about that. You can't control any of that stuff. Let's just focus on what we can control, and that's trying to play better. So I didn't say one word about that. I don't talk about wearing masks. I got no time for that. Mm-hmm. So I don't the guys talk about it, but I don't talk about it. I'm not talking about the man. What am I talking about the mask for? Let's just go play. We're fine. Let's go hoop. Like, and that's what we're trying to do. Like, that's what the type of mindset I'm trying to bring, because no matter what, this is going to be hard. Like, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to win. There are good teams in our league. So we're going to have to do some really hard things to do that. We can't be worried about stuff that we have no control over anyway. Do I like the fact that we got eight away games in 10 days? I'm just happy we're playing, to be honest with you. So let's just go play. Let's see how good we can get. Let's just keep trying to get better and see what we can do. That's kind of my feeling. And, this is going to be big because, we won the first game against Holy Cross, and then we couldn't get it done the second night. So, we've got to show that we can come back and stay focused and do what we need to do to play as well tomorrow night.
Yeah, kind of a basic question to start, but what does a win like this feel like? I mean, you guys had a 5-game losing streak, and this is a pretty big win against a good team.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good. We knew. It's a good little catalyst to keep us going and get us going. We knew what we were capable of. We just had some bad timing with a lot of things, and we just had to get time to mold as a team. And we knew we had faith in everybody on the team, and so a win like this means a lot. So hopefully it can keep us rolling. So.
And now that you've had kind of this full week with the usual starting group, what did it feel like for you to be out there with all those 5 guys, all kind of in the routine again of being in the season, no real injuries you got to worry about? Like, how did that feel?
It felt good. I just want to be out there with my brothers. Everybody wants to be out there and be able to do what they can do. And just being with everybody on the team, being with a healthy squad, it felt really good.
Mm-hmm. What was the hardest part about, because Lafayette's got Jaworski, they got EJ Stevens off the bench, they have a lot of really good guards. For you, what was the hardest part about matching up, I guess, on both ends with a group like that?
Well, their offense, they're constantly running guys off screen. So it's just a lot of running you got to do. You got to stay focused at all points of the game, because they'll run off screens, and since they can shoot, you can't give them too much space, but then they're also good at backdooring and cutting, stuff like that, so they can get good layups. And so it's just, you got to be locked in at all points, and you're constantly on the run. So, I think that was probably the biggest challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Javante, what do you think your main takeaways were from this game, and how do you think that you can use this game and what you learned going forward to get more wins on the board?
Probably just defensive end, what we can do when we're locked in and when we're focused on what we have to do. And just playing together as a team, I think we played pretty well as a team today. We definitely had some lapses where we weren't always communicating, but now we see how big of a role communicating and just playing together is. I think that showed a lot tonight.
Cool. When you play next to a guy like Jonas, who can be the point of attack guy for you guys, instantly, he can guard the best guard on the court.
Yeah.
How much easier does that make life for you and Ethan and everybody else?
It makes it a lot easier. It gets us going. He brings a lot of energy. And when he's picking up 94 feet and guarding the ball, we have to have his back. So we get more locked in, and we try to match his energy. So, it brings the whole team up. So that's big time. Definitely.
Do you feel, because I know you battled your own injuries kind of to start, do you feel 100% good to go now?
You said 100%?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel good enough to play.
Okay.
Good enough to play and not make excuses for it. So
that's good.